There's a belief that there's rogue members at IDAC. Do you agree with that?
There are no rogue members at IDAC, and I'm sure that General Mkhwanazi should have known that putting such a word out there is really irresponsible in the absence of any evidence. It has cost people their lives. It has cost agencies their mandate. There are no rogues. Perhaps he knows rogues because he did indicate he's got sources in IDAC. So maybe those are the rogues. You asked if I'm not aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm
wait. Don't be emotional.
No, we're not, Chair.
Can you put it? He's talking to me here.
No, but he mustn't speak to me. He must speak to me.
Wait. You must not talk to him.
Wait.
No, I won't back off.
Wait. Oh, Marumo fast. Marumo fast.
Ngifuna ukuthi ungicaciselana before ngene endabeni le engize ngayo la kuwo. Uthi usuke ekhaya, husband unominatiwe for ukuthi eze for interviews. Wangasho lutho wathula wathi tu husband.
Husband nami asihambi nekareli 1 asebenzanga ema officially 1 lapho integrity yami ngeke uzokwazi ukungishukuza ngeke ungithole ukuthi ngamtshena ukuthi kukhulunywani imibuzo ithini.
Mase ngibuza phela manje sesiyitholile inkinga. Ngufike ekhaya uzomtshela baba hamba resign senze iphutha.
Ayikuthi I resign akukwenze
akachubeka sebenza.
Yena azange yenze into wrong.
Nasidlule lapha mama.
Now, your husband, you said you don't discuss anything with your hubby when it comes to work-related issues. Am I right?
With regards to his environment and my environment.
Yeah. Now, with whatever happens on the 6th, when General Mkhwanazi spoke about the issue, because as an officer like yourself, your husband is like you. If there's crime, you must report it. Am I right?
Are you asking if I must report?
Yes, and your husband as well.
I can't tell you what those the responsibilities are, but as citizens, of course, when something comes to our knowledge and we have proof, we must be able to register a criminal matter.
Now, if I may ask, because we're talking about the issue of dockets, if anyone, any South African in this country, can go to you, to IDAC, no, when I'm saying to you, I'm talking about IDAC, and say that there's docket missing, is IDAC going to act in the same way they did with my colleagues Adams? Simple answer on that one is yes or no. Can anyone be treated like my co-colleague, Honorable Adams, when there's a missing docket?
That's not what Adams complained of, and we won't look at a missing docket. He made allegations that are different and said the dockets were missing.
Yeah, I'm saying the same, any ordinary South African come and report like what Adams, the same scenario.
If the person is making a Section 27 referral of a matter that falls within our mandate and says, I opened cases and those dockets are missing, of course, we would have to look at it.
Were you aware about the Khumalo's arrest, including the time, location, and the manner in which it was to be carried out?
Honourable Member, the operational part of affecting arrest, search and seizure fall within the ambit of the Head of Investigations and Operations, which is Mr. Sissoko. I knew that which day all the accused were contacted for them to make themselves available.
Were you aware that he's going to be arrested?
I was aware that he was being called on the 26th of June to avail himself at the Brooklyn police station. Same with all the other co-accused.
And I'm not going to leave that one. Remember, he was arrested at the airport. My question was simple. I ask about the time, location, and in a manner which his arrest is going to be conducted. Were you aware of that?
I'm not aware because the head of operations deals with it, Mr. Sissoko.
So you were not aware of all the things I'm talking about?
No, I was only aware
So
of
you
the
said
date.
Mr. Sissoko, am I right?
Mr. Matthew Sissoko.
Thank you. In your opinion, does the coexistence of both IDAC and the DPCI not constitute a duplication of roles and responsibility?
We at IDAC have a very restricted and very limited mandate, Honourable Member. There's enough work for both the agencies to be able to do their work. But ours is a very small and restricted mandate. So there's space for both.
There's space for both. Now, are you getting funding from international funders or anybody?
IDAC is not,
I'm sorry?
IDAC does not get funding from any international body. The NPA would have sourced donor funding, for example, for the Tutuzela care centers.
No, I'm fine. I just wanted, I'm passing that one. I just wanted to find, you say you're not getting that.
We're
Thank
not
you.
getting funding, no, Chair.
Thank you. I just want to find out now. When General Mkhwanazi was here, and on his press conference, he mentioned a lot of things. But I'm just going to find out from you, because as well, there's a belief that there's rogue members at IDAC. Do you agree with that?
Sorry, Honourable Member, I missed the word.
I'm saying there's rogue
Rogue.
members.
There are no rogue members at IDAC. And I'm sure that General Mkhwanazi should have known that putting such a word out there is really irresponsible in the absence of any evidence. It has cost people their lives. It has cost agencies their mandate. There are no rogues. Perhaps he knows rogues because he did indicate he's got sources in IDAC. So maybe those are the rogues. But there are no rogues in the same way there's no good and bad.
So in your IDAC, it's above reproach. It's only SAPS where we have problems in this country.
I'm not saying that SAPS has problems. There are
No,
problems.
there is problems. Let me tell you now on that one. This commission, this ad hoc, which we are sitting here, is because of precisely that. If you say there's no, then it means you are wasting our time here.
No, you didn't let me complete
Yes.
my response. Not everyone in SAPS are bad apples. And with regards IDAC, if it turns out that there is someone who works against what we're supposed to do, as indicated earlier, they will be dealt with. None of that has come to the fore yet, Honourable Member.
Do you know that as we sit in our committees, in Parliament, the different committees, I don't even know who's Brian Padiach. I don't have interest in him, but we know the names. That there's Sunel Pelachon, there's Thailand Peperumal, there's Brian Padiach. I don't know them. They've cost other people's life. Some people have been persecuted for many years. Are you not aware of that?
So if you can give me details, I'll answer you. But if you are talking about the Chetties who have made spurious allegations, you asked if I'm not aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm telling you-
wait. Don't be emotional.
No, we're not, Chair. No.
Don't be emotional, please. Hey, through you, Chair.
No, wait.
Yeah, I'm saying through you,
Wait,
Chair.
wait,
I'm not
wait,
emotional.
Wait. Honorable.
Let me withdraw.
Yeah.
Let me withdraw that quick, because now my members are intimidating me again.
Honorable Skhosana.
Yes.
Advocate Johnson.
No, the way for me. For me, it's emotional. It's not emotional
Honorable
to you.
Skhosana. Honorable Skhosana.
I'm saying for me.
No.
Yeah, but
Honorable
don't
James.
talk to me. Chair,
Wait.
can you put it? He's talking to me here.
Wait.
No, but he mustn't speak to me, he must
Wait,
speak to
wait,
you, Chair.
wait.
You too, you must not talk to
I'm
me.
saying
Wait.
everyone speaks to me. No, I won't back off.
Wait. Oh, Marumo Fas. Marumo Fas. Yes, look, ne? It happens in life that a man and a woman can peacefully stay together for a very long time and fight in a short moment. So, Honorable James and Honorable Skhosana, since we use these chambers, you have been sitting like twin children in harmony. Can we continue to live the way we have been? The peaceful coexistence we have seen between the two of you is admirable. And then yourself, again, Honorable Skhosana and Advocate Johnson, I am presiding over these proceedings. And the least I can show you is my respect. It's your choice to reciprocate. I can't impose it on you. You have a choice if you want to reciprocate. Let's continue.
Noted, Chair.
Chair, in good spirit, if I've appeared to be aggressive for you, my thousand apologies.
Accepted, Honorable Member.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to proceed.
Yes, maybe you proceed. So what I was saying, Advocate, is that I'm not personalizing anybody because we receive so many. Remember, I've mentioned, I think it was Pade or whatever the surname is, you know, and you can mention whoever you want to mention, but I don't want us to deal with, those ones who've got complaints, they'll go to a police station or they'll go to IDAC. I'm just talking under general. That there's a lot of people who are, some of the issues you get them on your newspapers as well. You know that there's a complaint that some members from IDAC are terrorizing people. You know, as I said, they allege that. I'm not saying they've done so. I'm just saying that to you, as General Mkhwanazi said here as well, to say there are members as well who are not, we are not saying every man and women in blue or in your unit, they are all the same. What I was asking you is that we've got this today because there's problem in this country and we must accept that.
I accept that, and what I would ask Honorable Member and anyone out there who's listening, if there are allegations against any member of IDAC, we now do have the investigating judge, and please kindly submit your reports to the Honorable Raulinga, so that those allegations can be considered. No one is above reproach, Honorable Member.
Perhaps, I think I've got few minutes. I just wanted to find out as well, there was an issue of oversight that the judge apparently appointed last month. So all these years, there was no oversight at all.
There was oversight. Parliament is the oversight body. The national director to whom the ID accounts then comes to Parliament to account for the NPA, together with work done in all of the specialized units, as well as IDAC. We appear before the Justice Portfolio Committee, and then everything else also falls within the committee that would also look at IDAC's work in relation to SIU referrals, and then we also have the National Director who would present the annual report of the NPA. So that would be the oversight, Honorable Member, over and beyond what I did indicate earlier, and I'm not going to repeat.
But that was the internal oversight, am I right?
Internal oversight, yes.
Yeah. Do you think that was enough?
It is precisely the reason why one looked at having external oversight over and beyond the parliamentary process, to which having a judge.
I don't want to chow too much time for my colleague here. I'll hand over to Ms. Honorable Chongwe. Am I fine, Chair?
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Is your hand up, Honorable Sokanyile, or is it down? Anyway, if the hand is not up, it is down. Oh,
How many minutes left, Chair?
no, wait, I'm coming back to you. I will tell you what your allocation is. Let me take Matthews and take Honorable Sokanyile. Honorable Matthews,
Thank
Honorable
you, Chair.
Sokanyile.
Advocate, I don't see the date on which the Medicare tender was referred to you. Do you have that
On the
information?
16th of February, 2025.
And was that referral part of the investigation that SAPS did that informed the decision to cancel it? Do you know? Because I know your full investigation is still happening, but did it form part of it?
The cancellation decision, I speak under correction, but the cancellation was done in May of 2025.
Okay.
At the time the referral was made, there had been no cancellation, Honourable Member.
Okay. And then we're going back to this thing about oversight, because I can see you're not relenting. It's very different. We say in Parliament is the oversight, right? But no one can come and lodge a complaint against an IDAC member here at Parliament, as they can to IPED, which sort of operates independently. So when we're talking about an oversight body, that's what we are referring to. Are you going to just withdraw that you actually don't have an oversight body? You have a reporting and a supervision body.
But to indicate that if there were criminal matters, they could go then the normal criminal route.
Yeah.
I only dealt with what was internal. But in the traditional sense, that which you referred to, Honourable Matheus, no.
Okay. So Becky Tele was right then.
For the
On
time
the
that it was
oversight.
ID,
Yes.
yes, and it's only in terms of considering the ID as permanent that we sought to ensure that there is the oversight we refer to.
And then now we do have an oversight, which is the judge, and it's not fully functional yet, but it's there.
It is there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sokanyile.
Thank you, Chair. Advocate, when there were interviews and your husband happens to be one of the people who was going to be interviewed, then you you excused yourself. Then when shortlisting was done, because you were part of the panel, what happened?
The shortlisting, I did the shortlisting of others. I did not shortlist him. So when it came to him, the panel adjudicated over the shortlisting, whether or not he was suitably qualified and or experienced, Honourable Member, and I also then didn't sit in the interview. When the list of shortlisted candidates was then presented to the panel, he was one of the persons that was shortlisted.
So you were part of the panel that was shortlisting.
The other candidates, absolutely.
How did you know that your husband was going to be shortlisted? Then you didn't become part of it.
I was not aware that he'd become shortlisted, because what we did is I did the shortlisting. I was aware that he had applied for the position. I did not adjudicate over his CV and his capabilities and whether or not he was suitable.
Then it is the other people who shortlisted him alone. The other people were part of that shortlisting. The
Chair.
other candidates.
I'm not following, sorry.
I'm saying that if you are saying that you were not part of your husband, but for others you were part, I'm asking if you participated for others, then when the time came for your husband, you recused yourself. How did you know that your husband was going to be shortlisted? Didn't you influence that your husband must be shortlisted so that he must go to the interviews?
Honourable Chair and members, when he was shortlisted, he was considered by the panel. I became aware when I was back into the room, he was one of the shortlisted candidates. I didn't shortlist him. When we did the interview, we had agreed I will recuse myself from the interview panel, which I then also did. So I didn't adjudicate on his CV. I knew that he had applied. We did the shortlisting. When they were shortlisting and they pulled up his CV, I left the room and the shortlisting was done. I became aware when I got back into the room, Honorable Member, he was shortlisted. Yes, I became aware.
Why didn't you recuse yourself from the very onset, knowing quite well that your husband was an applicant?
That should be your last
Yeah, it's my last.
follow-up
yeah.
because it must not become opportunistic.
No, I'm saying that, why didn't you recuse yourself from the very process when you knew that he was an applicant?
I accept that in hindsight, Honorable Member, I should have, but because I didn't go into his shortlisting and the actual interview for him, I didn't see the prejudice because the panelists were more than capable of arriving at a finding. I take your point.
Yeah, let me take the following order: Honorable Nomvalo, Honorable Ngola, Honorable Malema.
Yeah, no, Chair, I just want to have a clear understanding of what the advocate is saying. Advocate, are you saying you were not aware that your husband has been shortlisted?
No, I didn't say I was not aware.
What did you say?
I said he applied for the post. There was a shortlisting process. We did the shortlisting of all the candidates, and the rest of the panelists adjudicated over his CV. I did not adjudicate. I cannot adjudicate over his CV. And when the final shortlist came out, he was shortlisted. I accept the position of the Honorable Member. I should then have perhaps stepped off completely. But I stepped off during the interview of himself.
Or you only stepped off during the date of the interviews?
No, during the time of his interview, yes.
During the time of his interviews?
Yes.
And then when you were doing the final selection, the adjudication, when you were selecting the final name, were you part of that process?
The other panelists did the final selection
After the interview?
Yes.
Were you part of that process?
I was part of the process when they recommended the candidates, yes.
So
but I couldn't adjudicate, Honorable Member, because I was not part of that interview.
So you were part of a process that agreed on the name of your husband to be appointed?
That
Are you satisfied, Honorable Member?
Yeah, no, satisfaction is something else, Chair. I've heard what she's saying.
That's what I want to check, because
Point of clarity, sir,
we
before
now
you-
move to Honorable Ngola.
No, Chair, I also have heard what she's saying. Thank you.
Honorable
You can
Malema.
pass.
Chair, I must say I'm very disappointed, Advocate, in what you did, because I'm happy you are agreeing that on a hindsight you realize you did the wrong thing. Because it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, you sit in an interview, you interview us, you ask us difficult questions. When your husband comes, you leave. No one asks very difficult questions and then he gets high. It disadvantage, you either participate or you don't participate at all. That was a complete loss of judgment. I mean, I was so happy with everything else that you were doing, but this one, we must all agree that it was a serious lapse of judgment, especially from an advocate who should know the law of recusal. Thanks, Chair.
I accept that, Chair, but for the point of clarity, how interviews worked at the time, and they still do, all candidates are asked the same questions. So he would not have been advantaged or disadvantaged, because all candidates are asked the same question. But for the rest that you have commented on, I take it, Honorable Malema.
What honorable members are saying is that morality and ethics may not be legislated. It's out of human conscience. And sometimes the examples that you may want to set in life. That's essentially what they are saying. It may be a practice elsewhere at the workplace, but out of human conscience, you just say, look, here I think I can conduct myself differently.
I accept that, Honorable Chair.
And Chair, we don't ask the same questions at JSC. That's the only place where I've been where we interview people, and I've never had us asking the same questions. You miss one, you don't sit at all.
Yeah. I'm coming to you. Okay, let me check. Do you have a query, Honorable Skhosana?
I just wanted to check if my time was over from you, nothing else.
No, you are. No,
Can you protect me once again? I'm asking you.
That's exactly.
I'm getting answers.
That's exactly what.
And,
that's exactly
you know?
what I'm on to. And you know what I want to request from you is self-restraint, and allow the chair to do his work. Because if you act in common purpose, you forfeit your rights. You see, when you are being attacked, allow the chair to protect you. But if okay, let me tell you, when you started, it was 12 minutes before 5. And you were supposed to have run for 30 minutes. So you ended at 17:14. And it was out of your own volition. You just declared it that, look, I'm stopping here. So now the time that is left, which I'm allocating, is 15 minutes to Honorable Shongwe. It starts now.
Sabona advocate.
Sawubona ndata.
Njani mama?
Ngiyaphila. Ngikhathele mari ngiyaphila.
Hayi bekezela ntombazana. Ngifuna ukhalalisela uhusband wakho ngathi ngingafunda
Ayo
kuyena.
ngcono ukuthi ngifake i-divorce.
Hayi ungayifaki cha. Ngeke ngikwazi ukuphila ngaleyo ndlela yokungakhuluma. Ngifuna ukuthi ungicaciselana before ngene endabeni le engize ngayo la kuwo. Uthi usuke ekhaya uhusband unominatiwe for ukuthi eze for interviews. Wangasho lutho wathula wathi tu uhusband.
Uhusband nami asihambi nekareli 1 asebenzanga ema-office eli-1 lapho i-integrity yami
Yeah.
ngeke uzokwazi ukungishukuza ngeke ungithole ukuthi ngamtshena ukuthi kukhulunywani imibuzo ithini akukho lokho.
No, ngibuza ukuthi akafika ngendlini ajabulile yathi hey mama yazi I got a call I'm going to be interviewed ku IDAC or whatever I'm just saying.
I at DSO
Yeah, yes. Azange akutshela ngithole i-call to be interviewed.
ungitshenile vele.
Ukutsheli.
Yes.
Then you didn't decide from lapho ukuthi uphume kule ndaba but you decided let me continue singene ku selection and then ngiyohlika mase ngihlika lapha sesim interview yakhona.
Vele ngishilo ndate kusho ukuthi if ngibheka ngemva kungcono if ngasikhipha kuyona. Angizange isikhiphe angikwazi ukushintsha lokho enzekile ngalelo sikhathi.
Njengommeli angiyena ke mina ummeli advocate angithi umthetho awuphukanga somewhere lapho noma mhlawumbe awuvulekanga iloophole yokuthi singathi lo mthetho awuhambanga kahle lapho
Ngokwami
cha ngokomthetho.
angazi ngomthetho ngithi ngokwami ngasikhipha. So ngokwami angizange yenze into mele ngingayenzi. Mari ngiyaniswa ukuthi nithini. Yiko ngithi ngalelo langa vele mhlawumbe kuzoba ngcono if ngasikhipha completely kuyona leyo process. Angizange isikhiphe kwi process yonke ngasikhipha kwi cesha mase umuntu uyangena for i-interview.
So usiyavumelana sinawo ukuthi kukhona la usola khona ukuthi awenzanga kahle.
Ngalendlela khulumnywa namhlanje vele.
So mangathiwa agreves ukuthi baba aphume emsebenzini ubungavuma still.
Angikizwi kahle.
If it were to be said your husband must recuse himself from the post or position he's working because there was a loophole or slight mistake in that of hiring him, there is that gap nje engatholakala. Would you agree that he must resign?
Kuphi nendawo akasebenza DSO.
Kuleyo interview leyo.
Yes. if bathi ngomthetho mele azikhiphe.
Wawuthola lo msebenzi yena? Did you get hired? So,
Yiko ngithi if umthetho ukhona wayibheka wathi la mele umuntu azikhiphe abuyele emuva le waqala khona angabe kule position for which waba ne interview vele mele azikhiphe. Ngeke ngime kwindlela ukuthi akhishwe as a result of umuntu athi ngcono ukuthi uzikhiphe completely from the interview process.
so uma ufika ekhaya namhlanje uzomtshela ukuthi baba besikhuluma ngawo lapha eParliament bayasola bathi mele uyikhiphe noma babahlala nomhlamba uzothula njoba nixoxa into enje.
Lento akusinto ngizothula ngayo. Sengikwatile ke vele, hayi ngawo. Ngikwatile ukuthi mhlawumbe ngokwami mele ngiyenze ngenye indlela ngalelo sikhathi.
Mase ngibuza phela manje sesiyitholile inkinga. Uma ufika ekhaya uzomtshela baba hamba resign senze iphutha.
Hayi ukuthi I resign, akukwenze.
Akachubeka asebenze.
Yena azange yenze into wrong.
Nasidlule lapha mama. Kunenkulumo engifuna adlule kuyo la. You said honorable Skhosana mayekubuza la.
Honorable Shongo, just a moment. Honorable Malem.
Advocate, the husband is no longer in the same position where you participated. He was in DSO, is now at crime intelligence.
That is correct, honorable member.
Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Malema. Ngiyabonga baba. You said Baba Mkhwanazi, General Mkhwanazi, he must be careful. Le nto ayikhulumile has cost people lives. You said that, right?
That is correct.
Whose lives are those?
So, in terms of the use of the word, and maybe I used the wrong word, it cost people their livelihoods. I correct myself. It cost people their livelihoods because those words were used very loosely within the ambit of SARS. And there is evidence and testimony to where people were victimized and lost their livelihoods. I correct the word of lives.
Did he mention names of those people who this person and this person, they are a rogue unit?
I don't get the question.
Did he mention names of those people? Did Mkhwanazi mention names when he said there's a rogue unit?
Within IDAC?
Yes, wherever he said there's a rogue unit.
I don't recall whether he mentioned names, honorable member.
So how do you get to where you say he caused people's livelihood?
No.
Who are those people?
I think we misunderstood each other. I said the use of the word rogue unit shouldn't be used loosely in the context of who we are as a country and law enforcement. When it was used previously, which was within the ambit of the SARS Nugent investigation time, people lost their livelihoods. So the word should not be used loosely. I did not mean anyone in IDAC lost their livelihood.
Kukhona into ngesizulu kuthiwa washintsha udludlu uyayazi?
No, angidluli nix in that. Ngakhuluma le ngayikhuluma, angizange isiphikise, angizange ngisho ukuthi khona e-IDAC. Ngathi mase sisebenzisa leyo gama inama connotation. Ama connotations awona ngasikhipha as the past. Angizange ngisho ukuthi ubaba uMkhwanazi wathi mase wasebenzisa le gama bakhona e-IDAC balahlwe umsebenzi or livelihood.
Okay, let's remove IDAC, but kukhona balahlekelwe yimpilo noma balahlekelwe indlela abaphila ngayo. You said that.
Because of the use of the word rogue unit. And I said he shouldn't have used the word loosely. I didn't say he used it previously and that caused people the loss of their livelihoods.
Okay,
if I created that impression, I correct myself. Honorable member. No, ngiyazi ukuthi ngathini but
Okay, ma.
ngiyazizisa.
You said ukuthathwa kwama-phones in the case le eyenzakele manje. You sounded to me as if you are saying couldn't disturb you. It somehow disturbed you guys. You would have been far in investigating that case when they went to get those phones. Ngikuzwe kahle yini?
No, it didn't disturb our investigation. We heard that the phones were seized. We realized that we might as well get the search warrants. We didn't know who had seized the phones, except that it was law enforcement, and we were worried. If the devices get lost or data gets compromised, we need to be able to access that data as soon as we can.
Were you investigating the very same case?
We were investigating Cat Matlala. What we had heard in the media was the devices of Cat Matlala had been seized. That was our only interest, is to get the devices in order to see whether or not anything there fit into the 360 million rand tender, which in a preliminary investigation, we can confirm it does. Communications.
Mama, yazi ki kunento engizwisa ubuhlungu kakhulu eSouth Africa that uma umuntu ongenamali South Africa noma engenamandla kunezinto kunama case azokushaya kunezinto ezokuhlula ngenxa ukuthi awunamandla. I-profile yenu kwi-IDAC iscope senu kahle kahle, is it for serious and high profile cases, right?
Serious, high profile and complex, yes.
Including-
In terms of the corruption matters, Honorable Member.
Including corruption, right? Ufuna ungitshela ukuthi kuwena awulibonanga nje awuluzwanga nephunga nje le corruption kulento yephala phala. Ayikho into ebukaka ngathi lana kudinga ukuthi si-IDAC singene siyohlola la.
So, to be clear, Chair, the matter was never referred to IDAC. The matter was always with the DPCI. If the matter was referred to IDAC, in terms of the referral mechanism, most certainly IDAC would have conducted the investigation. And also, just on a point of clarity, the DPCI, as they do in other matters, sometimes ask us for assistance. They didn't ask for any assistance. So nothing precluded us from looking at it, save the referral mechanism, and the matter was never referred to us at any stage, Honorable Member.
What makes you ukuthi ubone kubalekile ukuthi uthathe lama document ka Honorable Adams, but ungaboni kubalekile ukuthi userve South Africans abafuna impendulo mayelana nephalaphala, ngoba ngizama ukuchaza ukuthi uyabona uma kungavela omunye umuntu la eSouth Africa atholakale nje no 500,000 endlini angawufaka ngisho ngaphansi kwesofa awufihlele ebhakedeni lakhe uzoboshwa lo muntu. And akuzukudinga ukuthi kuxoxwe into eziningi ukuthi we hey bethengisa inkomo noma benzeni. Awusibonanga wena isidingo wedwa nje sokuthi no, let me help South Africans sildonse lela docket siyol investigator. Awusibonanga wena leso sidingo leso.
Honorable Member, that is not what I can do. In fact, what did happen when the then Minister Kele had that meeting I indicated about us finalizing how IDAC would work, the one thing that the DPCI made very clear, and I'll quote General Lebia, he said, stay in your lane, which is exactly what I did. And in order to get matters, that is why we have the referral mechanism. Also, if the matter had been referred to the national director, she could have referred the matter to me. Phala went to the DPCI. I had nothing or no reason to go and take it from them. If it was referred to IDAC, it would have been a different story. It wasn't referred to IDAC.
So okushoyo kumina ukuthi ama cases enwasebenzile nina ama case only as a referral akukho la nina nithena nibona ukuthi nisolokuthize niyele nina niyohlola.
Honorable Member, we are unable to do that.
Only on referral.
Only on referral, and then there were cases, just for clarity, when certain IPID officials had come over to IDAC, they had come with their investigations, which is one of the matters I did refer to when the Honorable Sangoni had asked about Mkhwanazi and General Masemola. Some of those cases remained with IDAC because they were corruption matters, and those investigators were then in IDAC. They then became declared in IDAC, but we didn't go and source those cases, Honorable Member.
Okay. Can I, as uThulani Shongwe, bring into yephala phala kuwena ungisize ungihlolele yona ngoba ngiyayisola ukuthi nenkinga njengo Honorable Adams?
Please depose to a Section 27 referral affidavit, and the matter can then be considered. However, you must look at process. Where the matter is currently, it is a challenge. There was a decision not to prosecute. The national director must review that decision. That decision has not been made. For us to take on a matter and start an
Just to
investigation.
interject, are you talking about the classified file, the docket? Are you talking about to classify the classified?
Sorry, you are talking about the Phala matter?
Yes, are you talking
Yes,
about
I'm
that?
saying that the Phala matter, there was a decision made not to prosecute, at least that is what I recall, by the DPP for Polokwane. When a decision is taken, Honorable Shongwe, not to prosecute, then it has to go to the national director, because I do believe there are people who made representations for the matter to be reviewed. The national director must conduct a review. I cannot start an investigation now because a decision was made on that evidence not to prosecute.
Yeah, ibhlungu yona uyayibona kodwa ngoba
Honorable
baningi abantu
member,
emalokishini abacela
your time is up.
Is it up? Okay.
Yeah,
Ngiyiqedelele le question noma ngiyiyeke.
I know. Your time is up, Honorable Shongwe.
Okay, Chair. Hayi sengijwayele Chair, ngiyabonga.
Okay.
Ngiyabonga advocate.
Okay, thank you so much. Are there members who want to do follow-ups?
Oh, yeah. I can go first because I'm the only woman raising my hand.
It's Honorable Skhosana, Honorable Ngola, and Honorable Matthews. There is nobody, Honorable Matthews, who is going to be triggered by what you shall have said. So the list closes at 3.
Thank you, Chair. Advocate, I think you were a bit harsh about the word rogue. And you spoke about SARS, am I right? That was used. That word was used in particular at that time.
I was not touched. I'm saying that it is irresponsible to use the word, and I can only relate it to the SARS matter because that is part of IDAC's mandate, which is looking at the Nugent Commission findings.
Now, let me put it on record, whether you like it or not. We had rogue unit at SARS, Ivan Pillay, Jackie Lakay. I can give you names. Johan van Lockenberg. It's a fact. But I know, I mean, you have to protect them if you want to. But the issue that that word cannot be used, I don't think it's appropriate. Because next time you'll be saying we can't say to someone, it's a dark, even if it's a dark. Because saying rogue, perhaps the understanding is not the same. But now, as we sit here, why we are here today, is because there's problems. And some people are denying. We're sitting one witness here. He said General Mkhwanazi was dreaming. I'm not going to mention his name here. He was sitting where you are. He said whatever Mkhwanazi was saying, in fact, we're not here, we're at the Google Hope Center. He said openly that this is a waste of time. But we know now that we've got problems at SARS, and we had problems at SARS. Please, I'm just asking you to say, don't say we don't have a right to use that word, because those people as well, much as you say their lives were destroyed, they destroy people's lives.
Honorable Member.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make that comment. Thank you.
I won't comment about them. I do recall when I said we shouldn't use the word rogue unit loosely without substance and evidence. That is what I mean. I cannot preclude anyone from using a word. We must have evidence, or we must have proof, or we must be able to back it up.
No, we have, advocate. Hence I'm saying when you talk about SARS, you are talking about the thing which we know. They are still terrorizing people as I'm sitting here with you.
I want us to avoid,
Thank you, Chair.
to avoid debating the matter. Let's ask a follow-up and not debate. Honorable Ngola.
Thanks, Chair. How different is the husband's situation from what you have charged General Khumalo on? So
the difference there, Chair, is one, I was not in charge of the process. I was part of the panel. It was chaired by somebody else. I did not shortlist him, nor did I sit in his interview. I still accept that in hindsight, I should and could have recused myself completely. But we did not bypass any process. The allegations as set out in the charge sheet are completely different with regards to the Khumalo matter. But what I will concede is it doesn't look right, and that I can't take away.
Honorable Matthys.
Mine quickly, Advocate, referrals, anybody can do referrals as long as they fill out a section. Is it section 27?
As long as it is an affidavit that they depose to.
Okay.
Because that forms the basis, almost like a complainant statement.
Okay. And then you said that when they seized the phones of Matlala, you got worried and you didn't know who. Why didn't you contact the National Commissioner? Because the two of you have a good relationship, to find out who was responsible for seizing them.
From my recollection, the media reported that organized crime had been dealing with the matter. And the organized crime that we almost always talk to would be the organized crime DPCI. We called General Kadwa. He said he had no idea what we're talking about. And the next immediate call was to talk to the National Police Commissioner, who then gave us direction about where it is.
Oh, okay, because it was, you were moving around and you didn't know. And then I think just on a point of clarity for Honorable Skhosana, this was your opinion about what you are saying about using the phrase going rogue, and you putting it or characterizing it in a historical context of when someone goes and says someone is going rogue, especially in the justice system and crime intelligence in particular, what it can result in.
Correct.
So that is your opinion.
Correct.
Which we've
Honorable
been
Madam.
asking people for opinions all the time. Thank you.
Thank you.